In this video, I wanted to talk briefly about entering marks and feedback into the Grade Center. And just to show you quickly, there are actually 4 ways to do that. The first way is automatic. When you create an assessment in your Blackboard course, either a test or an assignment or a safe assign or a survey or something like that, which is automatically associated to the Grade Center, as soon as the computer marks that, or if it's a type of an evaluation where you as the instructor have to mark that, and you provide your feedback in the space provided in the, for example, in the assignment drop box, as soon as you click submit, that grade and that feedback to the student automatically is sent to the Grade Center, where the student will be able to access both the grade and the feedback. The second way to do that is to upload your grades and your feedback to the Grade Center from your computer using software like Excel. And you'll see how to do that in one of the other tutorials in this course. I'm not going to dwell on that too much in this particular tutorial. And here's the way I wanted to focus on this particular video, is how you manually enter your grades and your feedback into the Grade Center. And finally, I'm going to talk just briefly at the end about overriding a current grade in the Grade Center. So in this particular example, I have this column called participation, and you can see up here it disappears when I move my mouse, but watch right there. This is worth 10% of the final mark of the course. Currently, I don't have anything entered into this column, and it's going to be a manually entered mark. So to enter the mark, here's student number 1. You get your mouse on that little chevron. It's a jumpy little thing, so you have to go carefully to get that. Click the chevron and then say View Grade Details. And when this comes up, if there was a grade already in there, you would see it right here under the current grade value. But I'm going to give this student 9 out of 10, and then I'm going to provide them some feedback. So I'm going to ding them 1 point out of 10 for missing a day and not communicating with me. And as soon as I click submit, this is for my own private use only. I could give myself a little bit of a description as to why I decided to give them 9 out of 10, but that's fairly explanatory, I think. So click on Save, and once that updates itself, you would be able to see that in the Grade Center. There's a summary of the grade details. Okay, here I can manually override that if I want, but at this point I'm just entering it for the first time into the Grade Center. So I'll click back on my Grade Center up here in the Cookie Crumbs trail, and there's that 9 out of 10 that I gave to the student. Okay, so if I now decided to manually override, maybe I made a mistake and it wasn't that particular student who missed the time, it was another one, I can go back into that student's mark again, view that grade detail once more, and change that mark. Click on manually override, change that mark to a 10 out of 10, and give them a little bit of a explanation as to why I'm changing that mark, and save that. Now I have the option of reverting that back to the original grade I gave them, which was 10 out of 10, but I'm okay with that for now. Return to the Grade Center, and there is that new mark of a 10 over 10. Whenever you see the orange triangle in the corner of any mark, that means the original mark was overridden and a new mark was given. And you might see that if I scroll back through my Grade Center a time or two. Yeah, there's one there where I overrode an original mark and entered a new mark manually into the Grade Center. Okay, so that's how you enter marks and feedback manually into the Grade Center. Thank you.